Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another episode of our Universe Mode. I believe this is episode 13, if I'm not mistaken. But welcome to Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, as we have an action-packed night tonight. And we're going to jump straight into it. We are jumping straight into the first match of the night, as it's no other than Keith Lee, who's been on a hell of a streak. Made a huge debut in that Royal Rumble for a chance at the IC title. Pete Dunne, unfortunately, ended up eliminating him, but he looked great. Last week, he beat the big dog, Roman Reigns. Yes, he beat Roman Reigns straight up, evenly. He has a record of 1-1, as you guys can see in the top left corner. I threw that up there. I'm going to try doing that. A little bit more editing. But he's been a hell of a star. I mean, many say he might be the next big thing. Oh, what the hell? What is... Roman Reigns is out here. He's not even scheduled to be on Raw tonight. It's supposed to be Aleister Black versus Keith Lee. But Roman Reigns coming out here to get some revenge. What in the hell is going on with Roman Reigns? This is not normal Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen. Roman's usually a fan favorite, loves to play to the crowd, loves to be a stand-up guy. We never see him attack somebody from behind like this. I guess maybe Roman's a little bit jealous. I mean, Keith Lee has been touted as the next big thing, as Roman Reigns just looks like knocked Keith Lee unconscious. Damn. Well, we're going to jump straight to the next match. I hope Keith Lee's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's no other than Seth Rollins up next, as Seth Rollins hasn't had the greatest career so far in this universe mode. I mean, he lost in Money in the Bank, lost in a Battle Royal last week for a chance at the IC title. His record's not the best. He doesn't have the best record. Let me know if you guys enjoy the edits though. We're trying some different edits. But yeah, Seth Rollins looks like he might be in a little bit more business, as he has the record of 1-2 so far in the universe mode. That does include a loss in the Battle Royal, so I mean, that's against Seth. That's not even one-on-one competition. But tonight, he looks to bounce back, and I mean, his opponent tonight is a veteran, and he could really start to build some momentum towards maybe the next pay-per-view. I know he doesn't have a match scheduled on No Mercy yet, but I mean, that can change, and we're going to get straight into his next opponent. Well, into his opponent next. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent tonight is going to be no other than we saw him last week. The veteran hasn't been able to do much in this universe mode. Tried out the tag division with Bray Wyatt. Looks like he's back with his brother Jeff. Jeff nor Matt Hardy have been very successful so far in the singles department. I mean, Matt had a very unsuccessful run with Bray. As you guys can see his record up in the top left. I know it's nothing special, but hey, I'm trying new things. 0-1, but hey, he's looking to improve upon that. And did you guys hear the pop Seth Rollins got? Maybe a fan favorite still, I don't know, but Seth Rollins looks to be all business here tonight. I mean, he's trying to prove a point that he still got it. Was picked second in the draft with me and Gregtree. I mean, that video is not even on my channel anymore because it was a random live stream out of nowhere, but was picked second in the draft during the draft. I can't talk with Gregtree after. I mean, he was picked right after Finn Balor. Finn Balor was. Wait, I honestly, never mind. I don't remember who was my first pick because we didn't record that as an actual video. I apologize, guys. But Matt Hardy is being dominated early by Seth. Seth's putting on a show. I mean, the Monday Night Rollins is trying to make a return. He has not been on the show very much. I mean, he's only had a few matches on Monday Night Raw. He hasn't been included on every match. He didn't have a pay-per-view match at Judgment Day. He had a match at Money in the Bank, and he was a losing effort in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And, I mean, Seth really hasn't been able to do much at all, really, in the universe mode. And it's going to be pretty interesting if he knows what to do. Oh, my, look at the springboard DDT from Seth Rollins on Matt Hardy there, as Matt Hardy looks lifeless after taking that DDT. But same thing with Matt Hardy. I mean, both of these guys really don't have much momentum. Matt Hardy coming off a losing effort to Aleister Black last week. Aleister Black's went on a hell of a hot streak. Was supposed to face Keith Lee tonight, but that match was interrupted by Roman Reigns. But, I mean, Seth Rollins really hasn't been able to do not much. Matt Hardy not able to do much. Both are kind of at a point where they need to pivot and make a change if they want to survive on the roster. I mean, we saw Seth Rollins go one-on-one with Sheamus for his job. Like, if Seth Rollins would have lost that match, he would have been a free agent. I believe Seth Rollins, since then, hasn't had many opportunities. Granted, he had his Money in the Bank qualifying match. And since then, hasn't really done much. Hasn't been on the show since Money in the Bank. The night after Money in the Bank, when we were 24 hours removed, he competed in that match for the chance to face Dolph Ziggler at No Mercy. Didn't win. Pete Dunne won. So it'll be Pete Dunne versus Aleister Black. I'm sorry. Pete Dunne versus Dolph Ziggler at Money in the Bank. Oh my God! Look at the athleticism from Rollins. This dude should be a main eventer. There's no excuse about it. He has the talents. He just hasn't had the momentum. That's the crazy thing. Matt Hardy with the slap to the chest now. Matt Hardy putting Seth Rollins up on the top rope. Rollins getting his feet removed to the outside. Matt Hardy going up to the second turnbuckle. Matt Hardy, what do you got up in the pocket now? Matt Hardy has Rollins up in the air, and big slam from Matt Hardy as he's showing a little bit of life now, saying, hey, I can hang too. I want to rejuvenate my career. And Seth Rollins kicks out at 2 there, almost a count of 3. As you see Matt Hardy clamoring to the ref to count a little bit faster. Hardy going to pick up Rollins. Rollins counters back into an inverted DDT, I would like to call that. Rollins, hey, he's looked good tonight. I mean, he just had that heart-stopping moment. Rollins kicks, going for the curb stomp, connects! Rollins with the curb stomp right there. Going for the pin on Hardy. 1, 2, 3, and Rollins picks up the win. He's now 2-2. I mean, that's his first win in the month of July. We're in July. It is the month of July in the Universe mode, and our pay-per-view is No Mercy, 2 weeks away. So stay tuned to that. Next week will be the go-home show. Seth Rollins trying to get a match on that pay-per-view, as a lot of superstars are. I mean, there's a few matches still left open, but I mean, it's been a hell of a chance to even try to get a match. But Rollins building a little bit momentum with the win against Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, 2 losses in a row. Not good for Matt, but hey, I'm sure he'll bounce back. But I mean, what a phenomenal! Did you guys see that move off the second turnbuckle? Oh my God, Seth Rollins. Yes, I'll catch you guys in the next match as we're gonna let Rollins celebrate a little bit now. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we got Angelo Dawkins. We saw his tag team partner Montez Ford go one-on-one with Scott Dawson last week. And Montez was able to pick up the win. I was very, very rude to Angelo Dawkins. I was saying Montez Ford doesn't really need him. I honestly think Montez Ford's a future world champion. Well, Angelo Dawkins is coming out here and trying to prove me wrong tonight, as I said some hurtful things. And Kurt Angle has made it official. Yes, our general manager Kurt Angle has made it official that it'll be Street Profits versus Revival at our pay-per-view No Mercy. So, big announcement for that is the Revival is still undefeated in tag team action, as we saw at the pay-per-view Money in the Bank. That, I mean, they've been a dominant team and no one's been able to beat them. Maybe the Street Profits can, but what is Angelo Dawkins doing here? Angelo Dawkins, buddy, I guess he's going to be a little bit aggressive, attacking Scott Dawson early. It backfires. I'm sorry, Dash Wilder. Wrong name. You guys have known I've been calling Dash Wilder Scott Dawson the entire series. But Angelo Dawkins trying to be a little aggressive and eats the championship shot from Dash Wilder, as Angelo Dawkins is being a little bit aggressive, trying to prove me wrong, jumping the gun a little bit as he eats the steel steps from Dash Wilder. I was saying how Montez Ford could be a single superstar, and Angelo Dawkins took in a point to be a little bit more aggressive than usual, A side of Angelo Dawkins we don't usually see. I mean, completely jumped the gun. Didn't even let Scott Dawson get in the ring. I mean, it's not a bad strategy, but, I mean, we're just not used to seeing that kind of style from Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins now. Getting suplexed by Dash Wilder. Dash Wilder now putting his arms up, celebrating, as we're going to show you guys some of the fans in attendance tonight. And Scott Dawson isn't out here, but Dash Wilder is. Angelo Dawkins out here for the Street Profits. Montez Ford in the back, watching his tag team partner cheering him on, as Dash Wilder's getting it going early to Angelo Dawkins. Nice little suplex again there. Maybe not even a suplex. I'm awful at commentating. Scott Dawson playing to the crowd now. It looks like the crowd might be cheering the Revival. What's different? Definitely not normal. The Revival has not gotten many cheers from the... Oh, Scott Dawson. I mean, Dash Wilder just took out the ref. As I call him Scott Dawson again. Scott Dawson getting out of the ring, wondering what he's going to do now, as he just took the ref out. The ref gave him a warning there. Hey, man, you need to chill out. I'm going to DQ you. Angelo Dawkins sent in the corner now. Stomped by Dash Wilder. Dash Wilder getting Angelo Dawkins back up to his feet. Insecurity from Dash Wilder. Scott Dawson looking upon, seeing his partner, making him proud. Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford probably wasn't thinking the same now. Scott Dawson just walking around Angelo Dawkins now. I just said Scott Dawson. I'm so sorry. Dash Wilder grabbing the tag title. Dash Wilder with a strike to Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins now back up to his feet with the aid of Dash Wilder. Dash Wilder reversing Angelo Dawkins now. Getting taken out. Dash Wilder picking up the title. What is he doing now? Count of 6. Count of 7. Talking to the ref. Oh my god! He just hit the ref with the title. What is Dash Wilder thinking? What in the hell? I am so confused. The ref DQ'd him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that insane event, I don't even know how to explain what just happened. I mean, you guys see Apollo Crews here. You see his record's 0-5. He's had actually a pretty rough beginning to the Universe mode, but he's looking to change that tonight, getting his first win in the Universe one. Has had pretty big matches, though. I mean, he was in that original Battle Royal on the first episode for the IC title. He had a match with Seth Rollins where he went one-on-one with Rollins. And, I'm sorry, not Rollins, AJ Styles, the Universal Champion, and he pushed AJ Styles to his limit in that match. And shout out to him. Now Apollo Crews' opponent is an interesting one, as it's no other than Ain't No Stopping Me, one of the longest reigning Intercontinental Champions ever in the WWE history, but in Universe Mode history, he's boasting the record of 1-2, and he's aligned himself with former Best Friends manager Brock Lesnar, who is still managed by Paul Heyman, but is now also managing Shelton Benjamin. So Paul Heyman now manages Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar. I mean, you've seen already, I mean, Paul Heyman got Shelton Benjamin a qualifying match into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So shout out Paul Heyman. Hasn't been able to do much magic for Shelton lately, as Shelton Benjamin hasn't really been on the show at all. And Brock Lesnar hasn't been on the show whatsoever. So Paul Heyman has been focusing more on Shelton Benjamin. And I mean, you've seen in the past in WWE history, but not yet in Universe Mode history, what Paul Heyman's been able to do to his clients, such as The Big Show, Curtis Axel, who's been huge in my one for Pal, you know, the Raw, the GM commissioner, Gregtree, who has just recently hired Edge as his general manager. So if you haven't seen his Universe mode. We are connected. He is SmackDown. We are competing head-to-head, so make sure you guys go check out that. If you're wondering why I don't use certain superstars, it's probably because he's on their show. But anyhow, Apollo Crews going hard at Shelton Benjamin already, as I guess Apollo Crews is really stopping Shelton Benjamin tonight, as this is some pretty interesting guys, as Raw General Management Kurt Angle, since taking over, took booking duties away from me. I mean, I was just putting out the marquee guys, and Kurt Angle came to me and he was like, hey, I want to build some future stars. So, I mean, Kurt Angle, I'm just commissioner and commentator now. All I do is commentate, as Shelton Benjamin landing that kick to Apollo Crews, clean kick. I control no longer booking. That's all Kurt Angle. So, hey, I mean, I think our show has gotten better since Kurt Angle's taken over. I mean, we usually wouldn't see Shelton Benjamin and Apollo going at it, but Kurt Angle thinks it's best for business, and the wrestling machine, I'm not going to deny him, is Shelton Benjamin. Big drop kick there, but it might be a little biased if we're being honest. Shelton Benjamin, former part of the world's greatest tag team with Charlie Doss, I believe his last name was, with Kurt Angle. They were together. Shelton Benjamin rolling over Apollo now. What's Shelton Benjamin got in mind? Shelton Benjamin, arm drag, flip over. Oh, look at the power from Shelton. Look at the athleticism and wrestling ability from Shelton Benjamin, ladies and gentlemen. As Apollo Crews, I mean, these are two athletic specimens. Apollo. Oh, look at that. It's big, two powerful men running into each other, trying to gain some ground in this match. As Shelton Benjamin throwing Apollo into that turnbuckle there. Apollo now on the top rope, sitting up there. Apollo kicking out. Reversing Shelton Benjamin's move. Apollo Crews. Big swinging neck breaker right there. Apollo Crews down in driver's seats. Oh my god, I wish I could talk. Driver's seat now that he hit that neck breaker on a Shelton. Shelton Benjamin getting flipped up over top. Apollo Crews in firm control now, as we're seeing him hitting that muscle man dance. As I just want to bring up the fact that we haven't seen Bray Wyatt, ladies and gentlemen, in a very long time. We haven't seen Bray Wyatt in over a month almost. And I don't want to know where that freak went. I mean, he's still under contract as Apollo hitting the diving headbutt, but I'm just saying, that dude's a crazy guy. He hasn't been seen in a while, so if you guys have like many missing people, you might want to let the local police know that Bray Wyatt hasn't been heard of, because that dude's crazy. But anyhow, get back to the action, as I just want to put out that warning there. Shelton Benjamin getting thrown over top by Apollo Crews onto the outside. Apollo Crews dropping down to the outside. This isn't where you want to be. I mean, this is where injuries happen. Swinging through with that neck breaker of his own. Shelton Benjamin now trying to get some momentum in this match. Shelton Benjamin eating those steel steps though, and Apollo Crews running into the ring. Apollo walking over to Paul Heyman. That could be pretty interesting. If Apollo Crews could get a strong management in his corner as he's flexing, you see Paul Heyman throwing the fist back to Apollo. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that clothesline by Apollo Crews. But like I was saying, if you could get some strong management for Apollo Crews as he goes for the enziguri and misses, it would be very interesting just to give him that leeway as another swinging neck breaker, but would give him that leeway to guide him since he's such a young talent. It hasn't had that guidance. It really could help him in the long run. It would be interesting to see if he could get somebody like that for him in his career. Like, it would be very interesting to see that manager, like, maybe if Paul Heyman took Apollo Crews under his wing. I feel like the kid has a lot of potential, because, like, when I was booking before Kurt Angle came around, I was trying to give this kid as many shots as I could, and Kurt Angle had to sit me down and be like, hey, I'm taking over booking, like, putting too much pressure on this kid. So I guess, I mean, whatever. Kurt Angle thinks he's right, but, I mean, whatever, man. But Kurt Angle has been doing a good job. I mean, last week was one of our best shows. He put together AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, his TNA buddies, I guess. I mean, I'm a big fan of AJ Styles, but I don't like to see AJ Styles lose. As Shelton Benjamin and Apollo Crews going at each other now. I mean, what is Apollo doing? Look at this, just showing off the strength as he just holds Shelton Benjamin up in the air. Showing off, almost showing off to Paul Heyman, like, hey, look what you could have, man. Shelton Benjamin back up to his feet now. Shelton Looking to do anything you can do, I can do better, but Apollo Crews counters. Enziguri from Crews. Shelton Benjamin looks out of it. Is Apollo Crews. What is Apollo doing? Apollo Crews going to the top rope now. Shelton Benjamin in the drop zone. Diving headbutt from Apollo as Apollo connects. Oh, it looks like Apollo is looking to put an end to this match now. Waiting for Shelton Benjamin to get back up to his feet as he's up. Bang! That's the end of it. Apollo's. Good night, Shelton. A Shelton Benjamin. Both shoulders on the mat. 2, 3, and Apollo wins. Big win for Apollo Crews. What a hell of a night. As I'll see you guys in the next matches, we're going to let Apollo celebrate a little bit. You guys are going to be able to watch these highlights because they just put on a bang. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our main event, back-to-back weeks, we have the legend, not actually a legend, but has been putting on hell of performances. He picked up that big win against AJ Styles. He has a record of 3-4 so far in the Universe mode. We know he got screwed. He got screwed before at Judgment Day. He should probably be our Intercontinental Champion. But, hey, Dolph Ziggler's taking that belt and ran with it. Anyhow, Samoa Joe picking up the huge win, being the first man to pin AJ Styles in that squared circle. First man. No one else has pinned AJ Styles. So, that gave Kurt Angle made the match. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles at No Mercy. And I honestly think AJ Styles, since he turned his back on the fans, I mean, he doesn't even carry around the Universal title. He acts like the title means nothing. He got rid of the title and got a new one, and he said he doesn't need anybody but his club. But we haven't seen no club. We've only seen AJ Styles by himself. And here's the man I'm talking about. I personally think AJ Styles is scared of Samoa Joe, and I don't think AJ Styles thinks he can beat Samoa Joe. And we'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen, as these boys are going to lock up again tonight and go at it, as these men. It doesn't look like they like each other too much. As like I was saying, AJ Styles doesn't even carry around the Universal Champion, but he is our World Champion with no championship. And AJ Styles is 6-1, as you see. He's won 6 matches, lost 1 match. It was last week to Samoa Joe in the main event, a Monday Night Raw. I mean, he was on a hell of a streak, 6-0. He beat the likes of Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Andrade, Finn Balor, who's now a part of SmackDown. And I think SmackDown has got a big trade in that, but I also feel like we got some big pieces back, as we got The Miz and Ricochet. You guys saw Gregtree's episode as he put on an awesome graphic. Either one of those guys haven't went through protocol to compete yet, but we're going to straight into this match. It's going to be one-on-one AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Hope you guys do enjoy this. Go ahead and smash that like button down below if you guys are enjoying this episode. As Samoa Joe, AJ Styles look to lock up here. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. Samoa Joe right out the gate! He just flattened AJ Styles in that corner, and now smashing at the head of AJ Styles. As AJ Styles looked like a deer frozen in headlights. Look at Joe. Jesus, Samoa Joe has turned on a new level since he's been going after AJ. It's been incredible. We saw the same thing last week, just was so dominant. And this week, I mean, look what he's doing to AJ Styles just already to start the match. I mean, I don't know if AJ Styles stands a chance against Samoa Joe. It looks like we might be seeing a new world champion at No Mercy. As Samoa Joe slides back in the ring. Joe grabbing the head of AJ Styles. AJ Styles slung back in the corner now. Joe, big old elbow, big drop kick. Oh my goodness, Joe. What in the hell is going on? Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Titantron is playing their theme music too. What in the hell is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What in the hell? AJ Styles now. Look, it's like he has an opening now. Samoa Joe is completely distracted. Samoa Joe getting flung to the outside. Joe, punch from AJ Styles. AJ Styles dropping him right on that hard part of the ring, right onto that apron. Oh my God. Right onto that LED apron. Now throwing Joe straight into that LED apron again. As AJ Styles got the opening through his... I don't know why Carl Anderson's or Luke Gallows would be having their Tron played right there. I don't know who the hell did that, but Samoa Joe taking a beating from AJ Styles. Oh my goodness. AJ Styles just swung Samoa Joe straight into that apron. I'm sorry, not apron. Right into that post. AJ Styles is now stomping away at Joe as Joe looks like he doesn't even know where he's at. AJ Styles now celebrating in front of the fans who he turned his back on. DDT right onto the corner of the steel steps. Oh my God, AJ Styles is going to take the coward way out. And he's going to win by count out. Are you serious, AJ? AJ Styles has completely turned his back on the fans. Wow, AJ. But I hope you guys did enjoy that episode of Universe Mode. If you guys did, go ahead and smack that like button as AJ Styles is going to walk away with a huge win. He did cowardly way, but I will catch you guys next time, and peace.